coming at ya, and happy Homebrew Wednesday to you. Wow, okay, I got a lot to cover this week, so put on your seatbelts, grab a pen if you're inclined to take some notes. We're gonna get this whole thing going. Let's start off with the SJ Pour Experiment. With that whole thing going on, I've got beers coming in, got another package today from Meyer Pig. And I've got just, 5 more people, I think, to get packages from, and I'll be able to start sorting and sending things out. Interesting, I've actually gotten a few little bonuses. I was just getting to that. Yeah. Okay. Really? Yeah, beer mail. I have beer mail. I got some surprises. Yeah, I did. Generous people, and I'm flattered and flabbergasted and very appreciative. So the first one I got is one that I kind of knew was coming, kind of a trade-off. I sent one to Josh Hoover, Meyer Pig, and he sent me one. And this is one that I've heard a lot about and I've been wanting to try, so I'm pretty excited about this. This is the Silva Stout from Green Flash. This is supposed to be one killer stout, black ale aged in bourbon barrels, 10.1%. So thanks again, Josh. I'm truly ecstatic about this one. Can't get it up here, so awesome. Okay, who else sent me some stuff? All right, Kirk Sexton sent me some stuff. Let's take a look here, my little goodie bag or box. Kirk sent me 2 beers, 2 commercial beers. The first one right here, and this is the Hop Shock IPA, and it's from Santan Brewing Company. So we've got that one, that's out of Chandler, Arizona. And the other one, actually, I did look this one up. I think it has some pretty decent ratings. I think it's like 92 or something. This is the Hop Knot IPA, and this is from 4 Peaks out of Tempe, Arizona. So Kirk, thank you for that. Wow, very cool, very appreciative. Those 2 will both become beer reviews. They'll be part of my beer reviews, and but that's not it. I got from Lance Meyer, sent me a couple beers, and well, I'm very excited about this as well, because these are ones that, again, I can't get. I've seen reviews on these. Surly Furious IPA. Wow. Okay, I'm pretty stoked. I'm seriously stoked. But the second one, I think, stokes me more. I've heard great review, or equal, I'm not sure, but I was excited about this one. This is the overrated West Coast IPA. Oh yeah, West Coast style IPA. Yeah, I'm really psyched. I'm really very psyched. So Lance, thank you. Also very cool. Both of those will get rotated forward. Those will actually be the next beers I actually record and review, because they're IPAs. Got to get them as fresh as possible. So probably over the next couple of days they'll be done. The Grand Poobah himself sent me a few things. Yes, SJ sent me some things, and I got some things that are going to him too. But he's going to be getting one of my bourbon version of the competition beer, so that'll be fun. But I've got a few other things that'll be coming to him, and one of them I'm waiting for because I can't get just yet, so I'll be sending that off to him soon. But let's take a look at what he sent me. I have to tell you, I'm pretty stoked about this. So first off, besides some homebrews, coasters. He sent me 4 coasters. How cool is that? And it says on it, Little Face Brewing, enjoy the fruits of your labor and brew beer. Yep, and that's an LFB in there for Little Face Brewing. Thank you, SJ, that's way cool. He sent me a t-shirt with a Little Face Brewing symbol on it. Look at that. Wow. So I'll be wearing this in some of the beer reviews for sure. I didn't want to put it on today because I wanted to be able to show you, but wow, I'm jazzed. That is way over the top. Super, super cool. And then he sent me some homebrews. He sent me a Baltic Porter. So anytime you say Russian or Baltic on there, you know you're getting a crazy good stout or porter, and I'm pretty psyched about that one. This is a fun one. I remember his video on this. I got the Dickelson 2012. It's an ESB. Little Face Brewing. Maybe next time ESB. Dickelson 2012. It's not just for breakfast, oatmeal stout. Wow. God, I am so charged. And speaking of the Grand Poobah, this is the Grand Poobah itself. This is the friggin' Revolution. And if you look at the top, and you've watched his videos, you might know what that is, because it's got the cork and cage. And this is the one it's a brown ale aged in oak whiskey barrel. So this is the one that he aged in his big barrel. I remember watching the whole process. I watched him clean it. I watched it all. That's amazing. This is the first beer in a series dedicated to the American Revolution. And he does some, I don't know who does his artwork. SJ, maybe you can tell me, but you know, he has some great artwork, and you'll see, I'm not going to preview that, you'll get it when you get it, but he does some really neat handcrafted little artwork on the bottles that you guys will be getting as well, those that are in the competition. And those that aren't, I'm sure you'll be seeing that bottle several times as people review stuff. So I'll probably review some of SJ's pours. I'll drink some of those on future Homebrew Wednesdays, which will be a real blast for me. And but I'm gonna go ahead and pop one now. We're gonna crack into the political ESB one. Why not? It's Homebrew Wednesday. So I'm gonna go ahead and try the ESB for Homebrew Wednesday. Why not? I mean, that sounds like a great way to go. You gotta have a homebrew for Homebrew Wednesday. Oh, I can smell it from here. Look at that. Is that not a beautiful beer? There's a nice one-finger head, pretty medium-sized bubbles on there. It's kind of an off-white eggshell in color. A lot of carbonation coming up off the bottom. Just beautiful. Nice aroma on that. Let's give this thing a whirl. I love the effervescence. This is just a really refreshing beer. Really nice. Has that nice sweetness, a little bit of the caramel, a slight hint of like toffee, which you might expect off an ESB. I mean, this is an English style. Very nice. Actually, I think I've almost got a hint of apricot, though, believe it or not. Nice. It's fun. You know, I have to admit, I have not been making varied styles. I've been kind of going for the same kind of thing. So I might have to go back, and I made one similar to this, not truly ESB, but a while back. I'm gonna have to circle around and do more experimenting with beers again. This is a nice one, SJ. Thank you. Okay, I said I had to keep rolling forward. Probably be sucking on that beer a little bit here and there. But the first thing I gotta do is pop this up and say, it's time! It is time! It is OBF time. Yes, the Oregon Brewers Festival is coming up. And just look at the inside here, the centerfold. Now, this is a beer guy's dream centerfold. This is a centerfold full of drinking activities. Yeah, and these are just the big events, all month long. You know, we start off at the beginning of the month and then just go right on through the end of the month with events. Love it, love it. So this has to get pinned up on my wall. You know, I can't hit everything. Bauer. But I'll have to go through and find out which ones I really want to be at. So for anyone that's interested in coming up for the Oregon Brewers Festival, it starts on July 24th and it goes through the 28th. That's a Thursday through Sunday. You really want to come on the early end. Saturday would be okay. You don't want to be doing a Sunday, or you'd want to take a time off and end up on Thursday or Friday. But if someone does head up this way, let me know, because I would love to meet you, maybe take you around to a few places, or at least make sure you get back to your hotel safely. One of those. So exciting time coming up with that. I always enjoy the festival, and we'll see. I'm going to try to get out there and do some filming as well. I'll see if I can bring my little film crew or something. Moving along. You ever have a hard time getting Firestone Walker beers? You know, I always hear about people that say they'd love to try a Firestone Walker beer. Well, look no further than your local Trader Joe's. That's right. Oh, you've never seen Firestone? Oh, haven't you though? Firestone Walker has been sold in Trader Joe's for many years. I know, because I've been drinking the beer. It doesn't have the name Firestone Walker on it though. Not at all. It's Mission Street. Mission Street Beers is actually produced by Firestone Walker. I'm assuming it's a name that's owned by Trader Joe's. They do own a number of names, but they are now produced out of Paso Robles. They have been for a few years now. I didn't know about this until recently. I was tipped off by Ryan, aka Stumpy Joe Jr., and I've enjoyed the Mission Street wheat ale for years. It doesn't taste like a typical wheat. It is an amazingly good summer ale. And quite frankly, the prices on those, I couldn't quote what it is now, but it had always been $1 or $2 cheaper than anything I could get in the stores. And I always felt like it was better. You know, well, I mean, I do like some high-end things, obviously. But for an average beer, quote-unquote price-wise, it was just superb. It was an excellent beer. Stumpy Joe Jr. actually rated one of the beers as an A- grade. That's quite a compliment, and I'm telling you, they are great beers. If you want to get some Firestone Walker beer, no, it won't be Parabola or Sukaba or whatever, but you want to have a good beer of theirs, go no further than local Trader Joe's. For those of you, though, that go the other direction, like the hoppy beers, and you're fans of Stone Brewing, great news. On June 17th, just a week ago, they released Ruin 10, Stone Ruin 10 IPA. The Ruin 10 IPA is the new name given to what was the Ruination 10th Anniversary Ale. Great beer. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's hitting the stores. Josh just picked one up when I texted him today. I'd heard about it a week ago. I've even seen the first review on it by Keith's Beer Reviews. It's out there, so once it gets to your market, I suggest you go and buy one. If you'd want a 10th anniversary and didn't get it, you got to get it for sure. You just got to remember one tip, and you heard it here. In fact, I discussed it with Greg Koch when I met him at the Great Beer Festival last year. Buy a regular Ruination and a 10th anniversary Ruination. Have a fun taste off. And then when you get towards the bottom, mix the two. I am telling you, the mix of the two is the better of them all. Chris and I did this 2 times and loved the mix. So just take my word for it, give it a whirl. Now, as part of my dedicating myself to trying to have shorter videos, right, I have to end on a fun note. My sister sent me something that I've got to share with you. So I'll have a drink and let's take a look at this. She sent this to a bunch of her girlfriends and sent me a copy. For all my friends proudly carrying around their bottles of water, scientists have demonstrated that an individual who drinks 1 liter of water each day will consume 1 kilo of I can't pronounce scientific words, Escherichia coli, or E. coli bacteria. 1 kilo. However, beer and wine drinkers do not run that risk because the purification process of boiling, filtering, and fermenting. Benjamin Franklin once said, "In wine there is wisdom, in beer there is freedom, in water there's bacteria." Bottom line, what does that mean to us? Beer and wine equals health, wisdom, and freedom. Water equals poop. Cheers, everyone. You have a happy and wonderful week. Happy Homebrew Wednesday to you, and I will see you next week. See ya. Oh, that's a good beer. Oh, yeah.